What's going on, everybody? Big Rove here, and welcome to this video. Today I thought it would be good to kind of address what's been going on with my channel, with my account. You obviously can tell that my progress series stopped at pretty much a random spot, and I can explain why. The reason why is I actually had clips for about 5 or 6 more videos. When I switched computers, they all kind of got jumbled around, and making the videos just wasn't high up on my priority list. One day I might go back and make them just to show what I did and make it kind of a flashback Friday kind of thing, but I probably won't do that. An update on my account is, of course, I am maxed. I maxed on September 16th, I believe, September 15th, somewhere around there. And I maxed in 4,183 hours and 45 minutes. A picture of that is on the screen, as well as everything that I owned when I maxed. At the time that I maxed, I believe that I was the fastest person to max a UIM, which is a record, of course, not really anybody went for, but I decided to go for it about 3,000 hours into my account, and I'm glad I did it. So now I'm maxed, and I'm recording a video, and I figured we'd talk about what's next. Well, you may know that since I'm max, I've begun streaming. I don't stream with any sort of consistency. I really only stream when it's possible, but that's been a fun thing for me to do, and I figured as I'm moving on to my next project in-game, I might as well make a YouTube video explaining what it is, and possibly even make videos about what it's going to continue to be. Maybe progress videos to my next major goal. Let's talk about that. So first of all, to recap what I've done since max, I have worked on achievement diaries, finishing all but one desert elite step. That desert elite step is KQ. Of course, I need that KQ head, and I am 155 KC no head, and I anticipate getting it by 256 because that's the drop rate that you get the tattered KC head if you haven't gotten another head. Other than that, I did 10 million, about 10.5 million fire making XP for an XP competition. I did a lot of barrows to finish a barrow set for the Elite Diary, and I've done just a little bit of Slayer bossing here and there. But what I have done in the last month isn't as important as what I am planning on doing. So let's talk about what I am planning on doing. I've been maxed now for about a month, and I've been puttering around, mostly doing completionist stuff. When I hadn't decided yet what I was going to do, there were a lot of decisions that were easy to make. You know, getting diary cape and doing small amounts of skilling and bossing was something I was doing while I was deciding what I wanted to do post-max. But it's finally time for me to decide what I'm going to do post-max. And I think I've come to that decision. And that decision is camp hard clues. Now, that's easier said than done. You might think all that takes for me is just to go and burst some jellies and camp some hard clues, but that's not quite what has to be done. In fact, there ends up being quite a bit more, and I'm doing it my way because, you know me, I need to do everything a weird way. So I'm going to pull this up on the screen and talk about my plan to get to clues. So, well, I guess it's going to be hard to be playing and doing this at the same time. So superimposed on the screen right now is a list of things that I need to do to get to clues. And let's talk about each of those. First of all, the diary cape is something that I already have been working on. And that's because I knew no matter what I did, diary cape was going to be something that I wanted anyway. Next on this list is music cape. When I do hard clues, I'll get master clues from the side, and music cape will be an incredibly fast way, much faster than teleporting to my house, using the Nexus to go to Sears, and running all the way up to Fallow. Music cape will be teleport to house, grab out the music cape, and boom, I'm at Fallow already. Or rather, I'll probably have a mounted music cape. But in any case, that's a must if I'm going to be doing master clues that I get from those steps. Max POH is obvious for what it's needed for, and really all that means at this point is filling the Nexus and mounting the Xerix Talisman with fangs that I can get from raids or chests or however I end up doing that. Continuing on, we have all the stashes need to be filled. I've already filled all the easy stashes, but I need to fill medium, hard, elite, and master stashes. Now, it's important to note that I'm not going to fill all the stashes because some of them are going to require grinds that I'm not going to do right now. I may pause during my hard clue grind at some point to do it, but I probably won't do some of these. So I will fill all the medium and hard and probably all the elites, but when it comes to master stashes, there's quite a few that I'm not going to fill. You'll notice some of these are rather big. Of note, you have Bando's Boots, Bando's God Sword, Zamrock God Sword, Dragon Chain Body, BGS. So you can see that some of these stashes are going to take more than just a little bit of work. I'll end up doing most of these, but I'm not going to do bandos, and I'm not going to force myself to go dry in any one place just to try to get these done. So we'll see what I do and we'll see what I don't do, but it's not going to be completely full when it comes to master stashes. Other things that I want to do before I camp clues, I want to get the quest cape, not because I think I'll use the quest cape, but just because it'll be nice to have all the quests done. I want to do Chambers of Xerix for augury. I want to get a tormented bracelet for barraging jellies, and I want to get GP for barraging jellies, which I will most likely get by camping some Hydra. Lastly, there are 2 fallow steps, one that I want to prepare for, one requiring a smoldering stone, one requiring an armor helmet. I haven't decided if I'll go for those, but I'm considering going for those. Now, all of that out of the way, let's talk about how I plan to do hard clues and why I plan to do hard clues. The reason why I'm doing hard clues is because I think the fastest way to do hard clues is to barrage jellies and get hard clues and then do them. But when other people do it, they have to get a hard clue, do it until they get a wilderness step, and then suicide. After they suicide, they do the step, then they pick up some stuff, go grab a bag, put everything in the bag, go pick up more stuff, and then go back to barraging jellies. What I want to do, though, is do hard clues with 20 or less items in my inventory. The importance of this is significant. With 20 or less items, I will be able to suicide, do the clue, pick up my stuff, and without running and getting a bag or placing anything in a bag, immediately go back. Meaning that every time I suicide, I'm saving about a minute or more of time. That's significant, being that hard clues have you suiciding all the time. I'll probably be suiciding several times an hour, so we're talking about maybe 3 to 5 to 7 minutes per hour saved by having a smaller inventory of stuff. So why do I want to do hard clues now? It's because of that exact reason. There are a lot of things that I want to do when it comes to bossing, but if I jump right into bossing and find myself having primordial boots or different items from the Chambers of Xerix or different TOB items, I won't ever want to drop them, and I won't ever be able again to do this method that I can right now. I'm in a unique position where I have a light bag, a light inventory. In fact, when I maxed, I could fit everything that I owned into one inventory, and I've even thinned it out since then. And with this unique situation, I think it's best for me to stack hard clues. So now it's time for me to talk about what is the goal. The goal right now is for me to stack 1,000 hard clues. I don't think 1,000 hard clues will take too long. In fact, I think it'll take much less than a year. But 1,000 hard clues for me is a very doable goal, after which I can decide which direction I want to go, which will either be to do more hard clues, maybe go back to medium or easy clues, maybe fill out some more master stashes for a greater master completion rate, or maybe move on from hard clues. But at 1,000 hard clues, I will have hopefully finished one full set of God D'hide, as well as grabbed a lot of other important uniques. From then, I can go on to doing several different things. So what does that leave my channel for? Well, I hope to just update you with what I'm doing. Not necessarily what I'm doing towards my goal, but just what I'm doing. For example, this Kraken task I'm doing just because I'm doing Slayer for a Calphite Queen task so that I can go and get the Calphite Queen head. This isn't very important, but this is the type of thing that I want my progress videos to be. It's not progress to one sort of end goal, it'll just be what's Big Rove up to kind of videos. I might make a video at the start of the task and any major drops if it's a boss task, and then at the end of the task going to get the next boss task. Similar things to that. Nothing so overpowering that it isn't uninteresting, but nothing so that I go weeks without one clip because I'm just doing lots of Slayer boss tasks over and over. In the midst of going for my goal, you'll see I'll do lots of different testing of methods, and I will do lots of different small things off to the side, because now that I'm maxed, I can play as someone who has ADD. I can play and change my mind on what I'm doing or change my direction. That's something that I have the liberty to do now and not feel like I'm rushing towards a goal. It's been very liberating to be playing like that for the last month that I've been maxed, and I'm excited to continue to play like that from now on. And lastly, the last thing I want to make note of is the real reason I'm making this series is not necessarily for you, whoever you are watching, but it's more for me. I have a better microphone than I did when I made my first series, but not by much. I'll have better recording software, but again, not by much. Most of the reason I'm going to be making this series is so that I can look back, and see what I did, what I thought, how I felt, what I wore. Maybe a year from now, I'll want to see how I did Kraken or what inventory setup I used for DKs and how that's changed. I want to be able to have a video documentary, for example, or for instance, for whatever. I want to have a video documentary of what my account looked like and how it progressed and how I was feeling at that time. And making videos is the best way to do it. I could make them private, but if I'm going to make a video, might as well publish it for the 2 or 3 people who are interested. So if that's you, I hope you'll buckle up and get ready for my next videos that'll be coming out. If that's not you, I don't know why you've watched to this far in the video. So you're kind of a weird person, but I respect that. Anyway, that's all I have to say for this video. If you have any questions, leave the questions in the comment. If not, look forward to What's Big Rove Up to episode 1 coming out whenever I have enough to show. We'll talk to you later, and I hope you have a good day playing RuneScape. One thing I didn't add, because it wasn't true when I recorded that clip, but is true by the time I'm posting this, I won't be playing as much. And the reason I'm not going to be playing as much is because I have a child now. I have a daughter. She's 1 week old as I'm recording this clip today, and probably about 8 days old by the time this is out. She was born recently, and I love her, and she's going to take a lot of time. So it's probably going to be less frequent that I post videos than some of you might like, more frequent than some of you might like. She's going to take a whole lot of my time, but I'm happy to. But because of that, I'm not going to be uploading very often. So anyway, here's the actual end of the video.